Hey viewers, welcome to game 2 of the Zotac EU number 112. And this is game 2 between EmpireHappy and AcerBly, or AcerBly, or I don't know what it's supposed to be. I don't really care. So anyway, game 1 was pretty good. It wasn't just build up and attack once, although it was pretty obvious he was going to win. But yeah, let's see what game 2 brings. The startups will probably be pretty much equal to what they were doing in the first game. Hopefully we will see some deviation though, because deviation is always fun to watch. So we are probably going to see an early expand, because this is a pretty decent sized map. So we saw the extractor trick, which is building an extractor, building a drone, because you lose one drone for building a building, and then cancelling the building, so that you can actually have 13 of 12 or 12 of 11. So you can build one more drone a little bit earlier. It's not as effective as it used to be in StarCraft 1, but it is still effective, and some players still do it. It gives you a little bit of an advantage, but since the really super small advantages really don't matter too much yet, they may matter once we have some Korean players in here. Well, once the Korean player scene starts picking up this game, there will be a difference in that. Yeah, we see the fast expansion before the spawning pool. The spawning pool will come up next, and we will probably see a wall off here. Only one building yet. Oh, he built his barracks all the way over here. And Lin Yu has left the game. That's an important message, of course. He is probably one of the judges for the tournament. I don't know. I don't know how this works. I know that there are people watching these replays just to make sure that no cheating is going on. And yeah, well, that's important, of course, because it is important that tournaments are fair. So an Overlord over here will spot, or will probably spot. Hang on, can he see this? Yes, he can see this coming up, or he did see this coming up, and that means that, yeah, he can react to that accordingly. So he knows that the enemy is fast expanding, and therefore he doesn't need a whole lot of units. Hang on. Production tab. So he gets 6 Zerglings out. Probably going to go aggressive with those, because normally we see only 2 Zerglings just for the scouting, just to place one at each of the towers, the Zelnaga towers. And yeah, then sitting back, relax, and just build up that economy. But he is going in with 6 Zerglings, and 6 Zerglings may actually be effective enough, but it's not going to be because of this bunker. He can sneak past it, of course, and especially, no, he's not going to do that, especially if he ran in his Overlord first, because then yeah, it's going to be a little more effective, because the bunker will start shooting at the Overlord, and then he wouldn't lose that first Zergling. So losing a lot of units here. Actually only one Marine stays alive, and he sniped a number of drones there. Actually 2 drones. That's a big deal. So yeah, he got his money's worth, plus he got 2 drones in there, or 2 SCVs in that, sorry. Keep calling them drones. But he got 2 SCVs in that, and SCVs are worth a little bit more than just their cost in minerals. So with the spawning pool we see some queens coming up, and yeah, he's going to produce some more queens than what he needs, because you need 1 queen per hatchery, but he's going to produce a couple more, because he wants that as a defense against the air units or the Hellions, whatever is coming at him. And something will come at him eventually, and queens are pretty good at defense. Of course, they still have the ability to heal stuff, and a lot of these Hellions coming out. So 2 Hellions over here, 2 Hellions over here, and 2 Hellions in production. So that's kind of the same setup that we see from a lot of Terran players. And he is going in for the harassment. Of course, with the queens and this extra hatchery, he's going to block off that entire entrance pretty effectively. Lots of creep tumors going down, and yeah, he still has 1 queen over here probably. Yep. Doesn't have any harvesters yet on this simulator. Extractor, sorry. Gas geyser. Let's call it a gas geyser. And yeah, the evolution chamber coming up, meaning that he can actually get going on his upgrades. He has 2 apparently, because, well, 2 of the researches are in progress. No? I can't find it, really? Oh, the other one is over here. Rather strange place. But yeah, it doesn't matter where you place it, as long as it's there. So yeah, another another hatchery coming up, meaning that he can spawn even more units. And once again going aggressive with these queens. The queens, of course, really strong because they have that heal. And wow, he's going to build another hatchery straight away, even though, wow, 8 Hellions coming up. And 8 Hellions are really hard to contend with without roaches. Because, well, queens and Zerglings will get killed before they even get 1 kill on those. And he did heal his queen there. The creep is pushing up, so he actually does get the movement speed boost there. Well, not where he is now, but he's going to get it pretty soon. And wow, all of the queens staying alive. And the Hellions are going to back up. Wow, very low, 20 lives, 18, 25. And yeah, a couple of them still high health, but still. Pretty effective defense. It's very good how he does that. But it's also something, I guess, that we should expect from a pro gamer. And his creep pushed up all the way up to here. The Terran player will get that down with a couple of scans, but every scan you use, you lose something like 375 minerals, something like that. Don't know the exact number anymore, maybe a lot lower, but you lose the ability to plop down one of the mules. And the mules, I thought they got 375 minerals in the course of their life span. But I may be completely wrong on that. Anyway, let's see the units. It's, well, large attack coming in, and yeah, he is cleaning out some of the creep tumors here. And banelings coming out. The banelings, of course, very effective against large clumps of units, especially when they aren't armored. I'm not sure if these things are... No, they're light. So banelings good against this whole army. And yeah, it's just that they get sniped pretty easily by the Hellions, of course. And yeah, it's just a little bit of poking every time, and the Zerg player definitely trying to get something done, but it is very hard to go up against this. And if those banelings land, he is screwed, and that's now. Oh, nice! He picked up everything with the Medivacs. Nicely played. So just before the banelings could get their lethal dose off, they actually, well, all of the targets disappear, so nothing happens. So with 2 saturated bases here and a 3rd one coming up, going to get a little bit of an injection here from the other bases. Going to build 2 extractors immediately, refineries. 2 refineries immediately. And the Orbital Command obviously coming up, well, already up. Because, yeah, you only use the Planetary Fortress in really hard to defend places. And the Orbital Command is so much better. It gives you more money, it gives you the ability to scan. And it also, yeah, can lift off, which is very useful against Zerglings. Of course, it's not as useful when you have Hydralisks or something like that, but nobody seems to build Hydralisks anymore. They were popular a little bit, but then kind of people lost interest or something like that. I don't know exactly what happened. Well, they're not super strong. They were super strong in StarCraft Brood War, but not anymore. So lots of creep tumors going down, and yeah, we have to see whether or not this is going to spread all the way to the Terran's base before the Terran actually decides to do something about it. And he does get the scan off, but the scan is too early to pick off the creep tumors. It's going to have to spend another scan on that. Yep, there goes the extra scan, and he gets one creep tumor, making sure that they don't spread any further. Losing a base here, but at the expense of 2 scans, so pretty sure that's still cost effective for the Zerg player. And yeah, we have a little bit of an army over here. It seems that there was no base here. There's going to be a base coming up now, but the drone might actually get picked off before he reaches its target. No, the Terran army apparently retreating. Yeah, lots of Terrans retreating here. Terran getting bunched into a corner here. He's really all the way up in this, well, lower left side of the map. There's no units out anywhere else. He has 1 scout over here, a 4 hit point Hellion, and that 4 hit point Hellion will see whether or not there's a base up over there. And yeah, if he just sends out a drone, the drone can pretty much take care of this guy, but yeah, he is probably going to expand. Yeah, he's going to expand over here, and he's probably going to expand over there as well once his next attack comes in. And that is right now. No, he's going to let that go down. Okay. Thought he might move in on that, because, well, you normally expand when you have an advantage. One of the infestors getting sniped, and that is of course not what you want to have happen to you. The infestors are really expensive units, where the Marines are of course really cheap, and lots of hits going off there. The hatchery does go down though, and that is a good win for the Terran player. Of course the Zerg player isn't mined out of in all of his bases, but it's getting pretty close. He needs to make something happen. This base actually went up, and yeah, the Terran player definitely pressuring him at the right spots, but the Terran player needs to expand as well. He doesn't really have anywhere to expand though, because the only place that's still available is top left without a scout, that is. But yeah, he's not going to do that because that's way too dangerous. This one will get scouted by this Zergling over here, and he needs to expand. And this one, yeah, there's creep up to here. So not picking off this creep tumor. Yeah, there we go. Exactly. So he may actually start to expand over here now, because he needs that. He's at 1 base probably soon. Ah, yeah, well, still some minerals left here, but it is going to be close. And if he wants to keep up the production, wow, Brood Lords! If he wants to keep up the production, then that is obviously going to be necessary. Well, the expansion is going to be necessary. So we have a couple of these Vikings out, but the Vikings are going to get well, fungal growthed. And oh, the Brood Lords, he's overextending with the Brood Lords. Yeah, there come the Corruptors. The Corruptors finally taking care of that. And there go the, well, the Vikings, yeah, finally getting killed. And the tanks may go down. Yep, there we go. Tanks couldn't really go anywhere with all of those Zerglings around. And of course the Broodlings. So is he going to be able to... Yeah, new army of Vikings coming out. And man, yeah, it's just an Infestor versus Viking battle, and a Viking versus Broodlord battle. And then of course the Broodlings versus Marines battle. So all in all, everyone fighting everyone, and yeah, the Thor is out, 2 Thors out actually. And the Thors are going to do very well against, 3 Thors out. Okay, so 3 Thors out, and he is going to be able to do a whole lot with those Thors, because they are very effective against the, well, the heavier units. They're not as effective against the Zerglings though, but that's why he has all of these Marines, because the Marines are very effective against that. And he is going to move in. So once again, using the scan to scout and then going in. And he is expanding now. While he's attacking, he is expanding in the bottom left. Well, not bottom left, I guess the 6 o'clock position. And he is trying to make as much noise with this attack as possible, because the expansion actually disappearing. Hang on, I'll go right back to that. But where's the expansion? Hang on, that's not backspace, is it? Oh man, yeah, it's backspace in League of Legends. That's why I hit the backspace. So the command center is coming in while he is doing this attack. Sorry, I rewinded a little bit too far, I think. So let's go forward a little bit, and yeah, it gets spotted immediately, and he might actually lose this right away. I'm not sure if we're at... No, we're supposed to be at this. So yeah, they are going to kill the command center, and that is quite sad, because he was expanding at the right moment, but the Zerg player, not born yesterday apparently. So he did understand that the only thing he needs to do is just hold off that expansion, and then the Terran player can't really do anything. Because he has a scout over here. He has the scout over here to see if a command center floats past, and then the creep over here to see if a command center or an SCV goes past. And yeah, actually a lot of vision there. So what's the step back? I don't know. If you know, please send me a message. So not a comment on this, just send me a message on YouTube, because I would like to learn more. But yeah, I don't really read all of the comments with the amount of videos I put out. I can't really read all of the comments. So please just send me a message. It's as easy as that. So large attack coming in, and the Ultralisk really just messing up everything except this last Thor, which is still alive. But yeah, Thors stay alive for a pretty long time, I would say. They're pretty good, and going to get these destructible rocks, because that allows his whole army to move through here in one block, instead of having to split into or to go into a line and kind of being blocked by that. So yeah, large army coming out from both sides. It's just that the Zerg army consists of a whole lot of small units, where the Terran army consists of a few small units and a few big units. And of course it's all about, well, whether or not he can get the surround on those big units. Because if you get the surround on the big units, it is pretty easy to win this as Zerg. Also, if he can land some fungal growth on the smaller units, so on the Marines, then it's pretty much over as well. So once again, it is just a matter of holding off this expansion, and the expansion can come in 3 places, and that's it. And yeah, he expands himself over here. Terran can do nothing about that, and the new command center is already ready, but it gets spotted by this creep, because the creep is all the way in the enemy's base, and it's kind of time to build a Raven here and to just go snipe some of these creep tumors, because it is so pricey to keep scanning everything because of the lack of mules you get by doing that. So a large amount of damage going off, and yeah, he totally got the surround here on the big units. As I said, if he gets the surround with his smaller units, and in this case, yeah, the infestors did a lot of the work, but yeah, if he gets to snipe all of these big units, then there's really nothing that the Terran player can do anymore. And wow, moving straight into this with 2 Ultralisks, and that's it. And oh, 1 infestor that's almost dead and has no energy. He's going to have to wait a little bit, but he has to move quickly, because if this base comes up, it's going to be a lot harder to win this. Of course, it's still not hard to win this, but yeah, the Terran, realizing, oh, there's probably base over there, goes to snipe that base, and yeah, the Queen obviously going to try to take down this this, what's it called, medevac. So the Queen getting out of there, the Marines moving forwards, trying to secure this base, making sure no drones are being created from these 2 dangerous larvae. No, he's probably going to still turn them into drones. Because if you build drones here, you can immediately expand again. And I kind of lost the dropship. There it is. The dropship is going to go down to this Queen. And yes, still 1 of them in there, but it's not going to matter. And is he going to turn them? No, he's not going to turn them into drones, because they're no longer on his hotkeys. I don't know how long larvae stay alive, maybe forever, as long as they're on creep. May very well be. They did heal, so. So yeah, it's kind of lucky for the Terran player here. Got his base up, actually has something to defend now. And the Zerg is coming in over here, but he's running into an impossible situation. And there goes the expansion, the second expansion. If he can land this and mine from this effectively, then the Zerg player, I have to feel, is going to lose you. Because, well, he has been ahead in expansions all game, and yeah, once again this getting sniped. I think it didn't get cancelled, because I think it shows when it gets cancelled. So yeah, the Zerglings coming in here, going to snipe all of these SCVs, so no effective mining for you. And going to attempt to take out this command center, and actually getting that. No lift. That's because he was busy fighting this fight. And yeah, the few Zerglings get a lot done. The few Zerglings actually moving on into the base. And yeah, lots of damage going off on both teams. But I have to feel that the Zerg is still ahead here. Of course, we're not actually sure. Oh man, the infestors can do, yeah, they can do a lot of good here, because it's only Marines and some medevacs. There's really nothing else here. And the infestors can bury, I don't know why he didn't bury them. Because there is no detection. So it would have been better to just bury them and be safe that way. I mean, trading an infestor for scans, that is a really good deal. The Queen gets sniped here, as well as, well, I don't know if there's a Queen here. Huh. The Queen might have been sniped before, but there used to be a Queen here. And where oh, they're here. Okay. So he's trying to harass with this little bit of drop, and these guys are going to drop in and going to harass the drones a little bit. And yeah, the Zerglings coming in, but they're going to just lift off. No, they're not lifting off. So kind of a lack of micro on both sides, and you can see how they have trouble keeping track of all of their units. And yeah, we already saw a couple of command center snipes that were necessary, hatcheries that could have been cancelled. Yeah, and here again he could lift off. There are no units that attack air, so he could have escaped that way. And yeah, I assume he didn't want to sacrifice those units, because there's no reason to sacrifice those units. Anyway, Zergling's coming in, and Zergling's going to just suicide into this base, trying to get a little damage done. It's not going to matter too much. It's only Zerglings, man. It's only Zerglings. You can lose a few. So a large army's coming out. The Zerg army all the way over here, and it is going to spot this command center floating all the way across. And yeah, there are still a couple of Zerglings here spotting that, and yeah, he's going to try to prevent the landing on that. Well, not so much the landing, but the mining. So the Zergs get pushed back by this army. The Terran army coming up and going to try to destroy this base, and in the meantime going to try to establish mining in the top left. Of course, yeah, this is fairly effective, as you can see, getting the snipe on that hatchery. Although it's not really a snipe, he just plain on ran in there and attacked it. It's not like he came in with a few units and then sniped it and ran back out. No, he just had full control over that part of the map. And it's once again the Zerg that's behind now. A couple of Zerglings coming in to try to get some damage done, especially those mules. Yeah, they will go down, and yeah, as well as the SCVs now. But yep, command center gets to live though, which is kind of obvious. But yeah, he can actually send some air units after that. Although it is flying all the way back to base, but he probably could send some air units in to snipe that command center. Sorry, I have to cough a whole lot here, so I'm trying to mute the microphone every time that happens, but it does mean that I get interrupted in the commentary, which is not really intended. So anyhow, this whole huge army here going to push into where he wants his next expansion to be. But with all of this creep spread still around, the enemy still has plenty of vision on this. And yeah, I would say go build some or one Raven, because one Raven would be enough to snipe all of these creep tumors. And with all of these creep tumors gone, it is much harder to maneuver the Zerg army. And wow, so much damage going off. The Infestor's doing a great job of just landing all kinds of fungal growths. And of course now they're going to put some infested Terrans down, and yeah, there goes the GG. So on to game 3. I hope you enjoyed, and I will see you next time. GG.